Hello, welcome back to Salty Sunshine where we shoot the salt. How you doing, Mama?
I'm doing good. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Remember that?
Nope.
Of course you don't. It's like an old show. It's like a 80s, 90s type of thing. It's
Before I was born.
Welcome back, Carter. Carter? Something? Anyways, how's the weather over there? It's been raining nonstop over here.
I mean, it's fine. It's just Austin heat. It's not that hot anymore, though, but...
Yeah. You're cooling off. It's definitely fall. I mean, football season started, and I think everyone's on board. People are talking about pumpkin spice everywhere, so I think we're good to go.
Halloween. I know, I'm over the heat.
Yeah, Halloween is in the stores, and that's it.
Yeah, it is football season. I went to a UT game on Saturday, and we made it to halftime, surprisingly.
Is that
because
college?
It was so hot. There were like people falling everywhere from the heat exhaustion.
But why don't they put like covers, right? Like they can't expect people to actually want to sit there more than 5 minutes.
What I don't understand is that you can't sit out there for longer than like 15 minutes. That's
right.
Like pushing it. And you have your football players decked out in like clothing and running and playing. And I just don't understand how they do it.
I know.
I really don't understand. Because they're not under shade at all.
But they probably get more shade on the field now because of
And when I'm telling you, there is zero shade. They're standing there. I just see them standing there. Suffering.
So, okay, wait. So that was college, UT?
Yeah.
And, all right. So, yeah. So, like, did you leave early?
Yeah, we left at halftime. But, like, we always had to, like, in between quarters, had to go back into the stadium, like, the shaded part,
But
where the food and water is.
You would think, like, they would fix this issue. Because then more people will want to go to the game. Like, why don't they just put a shade?
I also just don't understand, like, if you live in a hot state like that, there shouldn't be a game at 2:30 p.m.
Or put shades. Like, they could put, like, so people have shade. Like, these are the kind of things that I truly, and these are multi-billion-dollar businesses, I don't get how they just don't fix the issue. The obvious issue. It's crazy. Oh my gosh. So FSU, I know, played. They lost, right? Their first game.
Yeah, in Ireland. There was a couple people from FSU who went to Ireland and watched them lose. All the way over there.
Go Noles. Whoa.
Well, it's sad.
Oh.
They're still like, you lose your first game and like your season's over.
Really? Oh.
I mean, we were undefeated last year and still didn't make the playoffs. So when we lose one, we're not going to make the playoffs.
Oh. I don't know, but I love football season.
Yeah, it makes me feel like I'm in college again over here in Austin.
I know, I got to whip out my FSU.
It's a huge thing. It's like the whole street. Everyone's just bouncing around from college to college. Huh?
In Austin?
Yeah. Well, because it's also a college town.
Yeah, but the college is pretty far from you, no? Not that close.
No. Like, I could scooter to the college.
So I saw, by my surprise, Sunday morning I woke up, I turned on the TV, and I'm like, what? Murders in the Building season 4 is like just popping up on my screen. I'm like, where did that come from? I had no idea. I had no like previews or anything.
Yeah, I mean, they've been posting about it.
Oh, you've seen it? I haven't seen it anywhere, so I was so surprised. I'm like, oh, there's a new season.
Yeah, I didn't think it was coming out that soon, but they like, out of all the shows, they're so quick with pumping out seasons.
As they should be, because they're professionals. You want to know why? Because the old school actors are on there and they know what they're doing. It's these newbies that think everyone has all the time in the world for their baloney.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? Old school. Kardashians. They do it quick. Let's get it in and out. Their seasons are very close to real life, as opposed to all these stupid ass reality shows that are like 2 years later.
Right. It's still too far. Kardashians wasn't a good example.
But no, Kardashians is the quickest as far as reality shows, like Real Housewives and all that. They're right away. like a
Mm.
few months, not a year.
Yeah. Because
Because
then
you're
what's the
what?
point? Why do I want to watch it happen last Christmas?
That's what I'm saying. Like you put on the Housewives, you're watching Christmas during like the following whatever. It gets so far away. It's like ridiculous. Murders in the Building.
Yeah.
So I saw the first episode and it was fabulous per usual. I love that show.
Yeah. That show's always good.
Oh, so good, so good. Okay, so also the talk of the town is Tell Me Lies, and their second season just dropped, I think yesterday. So everybody's like saying, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!" Like that guy. So it's so interesting because the main guy and the main girl, they're dating in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they got on some interview, and they're boyfriend and girlfriend in real life, which is very interesting. Which would explain the chemistry, I think. Right? Like they have a
I
lot of.
mean, yeah, because it's real.
It's real. Yeah, so they're dating,
Until
and
they break up and they're filming the third season, and then it's weird.
that would suck. That would be,
I feel like that happens a lot.
yeah. And the mom in the show, his mom, the lady that plays his mom, she was in anyways, it's his real mom in real life.
Oh, that's cute.
So they're both Nepo babies. Oh, that's what it was. I saw this article that they're Nepo babies. And
Uh,
so his mom is that lady that was on oh my god, that show she's in a bunch of stuff, but she was in that show a long time ago. I forgot the name. She was the mom of, anyways. So that's her dad, and then her mom was a model, and her dad is a big time director. He directed like all this, The Sopranos, and all this stuff. So they're both Nepo babies, per
most
usual.
actors are Nepo babies. Like,
Yes,
if you really look into it,
yes.
it's
It's
like
it's
so hard to get into the
it's very
industry without
unfair.
connection. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
it's
because at this point, there's so many of them
yeah.
that it's pretty easy for everyone to be a Nepo baby.
Mm-hmm. The stuff just falls in your lap, like yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Oh my god! So last week we talked about J Lo and how I didn't realize till now that her and Leah Remini like stop. They don't really seem to have a relationship anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And Leah Remini just announced she's getting divorced, but she was married for like 30 years. Like her
Oh, so
marriage,
hers hits more.
yeah. So she was. They have a little daughter, and they had a reality show at one point. She's the one that came out with the whole Scientology, like she escaped and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But so they're getting divorced, which is interesting because it's like at the same time as J Lo. I
That
don't
is
know if that'll,
weird.
yeah. I don't know if that'll bring them back together as friends.
Right, they have something to cry about together,
Oh, it's so
bond
sad.
over.
But
That is really sad.
there's no bad blood there because I mean they've been married a lifetime and it was real. So like they probably love each other and they're still family and all that. So you could tell there's no contentious. Like they're not.
I know, but when it's something like that, it's like, is the love gone or are you just going through a lull?
Something like that. I feel like fix it. Like I just want them to like fix it. Like
That's what I'm
what is the
saying.
what's the problem? Like go to the gym. I don't know. What are you doing? I don't know. What's the problem? Why don't you want to be
Right.
like you could tell like they still get along. So it's nothing like that. They're not cheaters. There's no like addictions. Like what is it?
And
They're bored.
sometimes people think their romance is gone, but it's because like you're not trying in the romance
Right.
department. Like you're not touching each other, you're not kissing ever, like you're not trying.
And we know she's probably peri or in menopause, which is a huge freaking deal.
Yeah, apparently most women don't understand when they're going into premenopause, and that causes divorces because
Uh,
they stop liking their partner, but it's more of like a hormone thing
no, they stop liking life.
or like
It makes
life,
you hate
anything.
everything in your sight. Your whole
Yeah,
body is out of whack and like you can't function.
yeah,
So it's a problem.
yeah. And your hormones really control your mood, as we all the women know. And so yeah, it causes a lot of divorces when it's really just menopause.
I know because like what is it? Like does she not like the way he dresses? I mean, we know they're bored, right? Because you get bored. Life becomes boring, becomes monotonous. It's routine, the spark, the blah blah blah. But you know what? You can turn it around.
Yeah, it's sad.
So that's sad. I'm not happy about that, but whatever. I mean, if it makes them happier, but they're getting divorced. And I sent you a clip of Kristen Cavallari. She had her boyfriend on her podcast, and just from the clip, did you see it?
No.
Just the clip, it gave me so much cringe. I want to hear it for context, but I can't hear it because I have so much secondhand embarrassment. I'm like listening like this.
Was it the one where they're on Dear Media and he's just like staring at her, and I think the caption was like something like he can't even talk because he's like so into her?
It's not that he's into her. I think first of all he's an introvert. Even though he does like lip syncing videos, he's not really like singing or anything. He's just standing there looking cute. But I feel like he's not a talker. Like he's not like animated. So it just
Yeah.
looks like he's like it's like pulling teeth to get him to talk.
Is he an introvert or is he just a little slow?
I
Because
don't
I've
think
seen him. No, I've seen him talk to other people, and
I
it
don't I think that's
doesn't
just
look like the lights are on.
I think he's not used to publicly speaking. I think he's shy. I don't think he's slow. I just think that's not his like mixed with the kind of personality he has. It looks like that, but I don't think he is that. He just doesn't have. He's not seasoned. He's not used to like engaging with people like that. He's probably like very a man of very few words.
Yeah.
Oh my god! But the questions, the crit. No, the secondhand embarrassment is not him. The secondhand embarrassment, I feel, she's asking him the most intimate questions about the relationship, which is first kudos to her because I would be mortified. Like I don't know how she's not like she's being out there, which great. Like thank you, Kristen, for sharing like your relationship. We appreciate it, but at the same time, I'm like acting like I'm in her shoes, and I would be mortified because it's like so personal. It's like why we no why like
But
she's
people,
asking him, "Am I the best sex you ever had?" I'm like, why?
uh,
Why? No, no. I
also,
don't
what
know.
is he gonna say? No.
And then she's like, "What are your end goals with me?" I mean, these are clips that I saw. I don't know the whole thing. What are your end goals with me? And he's like, like family, happiness, marriage. And she's like, and a baby. Like she had to answer her. Like she, and he's like, well, yeah, that comes with it, possibly, bubble. And like he was like, he's shy.
Yeah. I could see a world where like she probably walks all over him and calls the shots. He seems
Hello.
like,
We're
huh?
women. We're women. That's what we do.
Yeah, but
You know what's interesting? The same way a guy gets with a young girl so they can maneuver her because young girls are less resilient than older women don't put up with shit, we're very and then when you're young you're more flexible. So it's the same with a woman with a younger guy. Like she can like maneuver him and get him to do
yeah,
things that an older man won't do. Like they're stuck in their ways. So that's probably the same kind of dynamic.
right.
But I don't know why she felt the need to do. I wish she would have just had him on and been like talk crap like we do, and like maybe just talk about relationships in general, and like maybe little things, but not so like I don't think that was necessary to be so deep about their own personal stuff.
Yeah, and then it just makes it look like a show when it's like, I'm dating this hot young guy, and like all we're gonna talk about is sex, and then like just throwing it in your face, like so personal and so deep. When
And
like
there's
if we would have just saw like a playful side to them,
yeah,
it would have made it more. It would have made
really,
more sense.
yeah, and I feel like there was a lot of like quiet parts in the clips I saw. Like she would ask a question and it would be quiet, or he would answer and they're just smiling at each other, and it's like, what are we watching? Like it's just like uncomfortable.
Yeah,
And then the comments, die for the comments. Like, oh my God.
I mean the comments are always the best part of a video. People are
They're
funny.
like, they're either really, really in love or we're like, there's something we don't know. Like, it's just funny. The comments are like, what? I mean, hello? Like, yeah.
Yeah, the more I see of them, like it's not helping.
I mean, if they're happy, it's just, there's a divide. Like, you could see like like it's very apparent the age difference in their dynamic.
Yeah. So like even it's not even just his age, it's like him.
The
Like he just
style.
has like he's really, really young and just seems a little immature.
I
He's
don't
not
know.
he's not mature. He's not immature, but he's
Right,
not
right,
mature for his age.
right. Like I don't think he's slow. I don't think he's immature. I think he's a perfectly nice guy. I just the age gap is evident in the dynamic.
Right, but he's not like really mature for his age, where it helps.
I don't know. I don't know. I wonder where he's living. Like, is he back and forth? Did he move to Nashville? I'm assuming he moved. They're so serious. But he has to do those videos with his group. So the Montana
Right,
boys.
and they're back in like where is it?
Montana. No?
Montana.
They're the Montana boys.
Right. I know. I mean, he probably flies back and forth, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, she's had a baby, so she's like in it. She
Well,
wants to have,
because he definitely mentioned he wanted a baby at the beginning. And so she's
yeah,
like,
I remember
you can
that.
say it. That's what you want. Her eggs are probably already on ice. Like, who knows?
Hmm. That'd be crazy if they ended up together with a baby.
Well, okay. So if she wants to stay with him, she'll probably definitely try to have a baby with him. But like, so Real Housewives of Dubai, Carolyn Stanbury, she was on The Ladies of London, a reality show back in the day. She's iconic. Everyone loves her. Like, she's one of those, people from over there are very like dry and straightforward, and she's just awesome. Everyone loves her. And so she got divorced. She has 2 or 3 kids, I think. And then she's remarried to a guy that's very, very young, another older woman with a younger guy. And he has no kids, so he wants babies. So half of the show, because now she's on Real Housewives of Dubai, is him saying he wants a baby, he wants a baby, he wants a baby. And I think she's 47 or 48. And so they go to the doctor appointment. And the guy's like, we want to ideally do this before, by the time you're 50 and all that. But she doesn't want another baby. But she entertains it because she's like, well, if he really like, but she doesn't. She doesn't want another baby.
She's just wasting their time.
Well, he's either not going to have another baby or he'll have to adopt a baby. I don't know.
Okay, but he's so young that like he's gonna regret not having a baby if he really wants a baby and he's
Yeah, he's
pushing
like, what's
for it.
my purpose in life if I don't have a kid?
Yeah, like if he's one of those people who think like that, like he's not gonna be okay with not having a baby.
But he also really loves her, and they're married,
Yeah, but
and
love isn't enough. It fades.
that's not true. And let me
It's
tell you
not
something.
enough to not have like what you want in life.
That's not true
Yeah, it
all
is.
the
When it comes
time.
to a child, yeah, it is. 100%.
But guess what? Sometimes people think they want a baby so much, and then they realize it's not that important, or vice versa. And also, to find true love is also very hard. So, like, I don't know. He's not like
Uh,
women are maternal. Like, we live for that. Like, men, I don't know. It's more about like, their name, whatever. I don't know.
I don't know. People always think they'll be okay with it and they're not. Like, if you want a kid, you want a kid. If you don't, you don't. Like,
That's not true, Brianna. There's so many. I'm telling you, it's not true. There's women that say they never want kids, and then they turn out to be the best mothers, and like this is the best thing that ever happened to me. It's just you don't know it till it's there. And then there's people that think they want kids, and they have kids, and they can't stand it. Like they wish they never. Like you think you want something. I mean, you just
right? But
sometimes.
if he never has the kid, he'll never know that he
Oh,
didn't
right.
want it. Like,
Yeah.
it's,
No, and it's so funny because he wants a kid so much, but he doesn't get along with her kids. It's like, well, maybe you're not that good at this.
or maybe her kids aren't raised well.
No, I was gonna say it's not his fault because they're like they're teenagers to like older, and so they're pains in the ass all the time. Anyways,
Yeah, teenagers and like you're the
yeah,
odd one out or you're the outsider.
yeah,
It's
and
hard.
then they don't respect him because he's like younger, and so they
Right.
treat him like a brother. Like it's not fair.
Right.
But okay, so the other way around, Brad Pitt just showed up at the whatever Venice festival. I don't know, some festival in Europe, in Italy, I think. And he showed up with his new girlfriend, and she's 31 and he's 60. I'm like, again, Brad, you have not grown up. You could tell a man has not grown up when they go for such a young girl. What are you doing? You're 60.
Yeah.
She's 31. And even though you're the hottest 60-year-old out there, you're still 2 decades. It's too much.
3 decades, which is
Well, not
crazy.
really, because she's 31, so 30 and 40. Wait. Oh, yeah.
You said he's
30, 40.
60.
Yeah, 3 decades.
Yeah.
That's unacceptable.
Yeah,
The
that's pretty gross.
3 decade, you're supposed to, like, the general rule is like 1 decade up and one decade down. So like if you're in your 40s, you shouldn't date past 50s and you shouldn't date past 30s. Like one
Right.
decade up, 1 decade down. Like 3 decades, are you joking? Like, come on. It's wild.
Yeah, and like he could have anyone. He could like there are obviously like very hot 40, 50, 60 year olds and
But because
he has his choosing.
it has nothing to do with hotness. It has to do with like you're so immature still. Like you're still
Right.
so focused on the wrong things. Like you're focused on the right thing when age, like you're and I hate those people that are the men, they're always their excuse is always it just happened. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Like you're looking for that person that won't call you out, that thinks you're like the best
Yeah.
thing ever. Like you're not mature enough to have that emotional maturity with someone that is just as hot but closer to your age that knows the same kind of music you know. Like this girl doesn't. It's crazy.
I know
Anyway,
from like three different generations. It's crazy.
I mean, she looked very classy. She looks very. She doesn't look like 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 a young silly girl, but still, like it's 3 decades. I feel like I'm disappointed.
Yeah, probably saw it coming though.
But she is pretty. She's classy, but I think that age gap is way too much.
I'd say most men in Hollywood go for an age gap. Go for a really young woman. I mean, most men do. Especially when they've already been married.
And then it fizzles, and then they wonder why. It's like, hello. Um, the space people that are stuck up there.
Yeah.
It's really interesting because we were thinking it's just them up there. There's like a half a dozen other space. They have a space station up there. Like it's a whole like
Yeah.
place, and there's like 6 other people that have been up there. And they're like, why can't they just hitch a ride back with them? And they're like, well, because all this stuff is planned and there's not enough room. And also, interestingly, the spacesuits that they're in, so those spacesuits are made for the craft that they're in, and they kind of like they like plug in to the spacecraft. So they went up in a Boeing. The it's a like Boeing airplanes. They went up in a Boeing and they want to bring them back down in a SpaceX, which is Elon Musk's. But that
Wow.
suit is not compatible with the SpaceX thing. So they're
Oh.
gonna have to get shipped more spacesuits. I don't know, but there's all these negatives about staying up there too long. Like it really messes up your health. Like it says like it depletes like all your organs start to shrink.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like all this negative like bad stuff after even 2 weeks.
Doesn't like time move differently over there or something? And there's like all this pressure and it's just like
I don't know, but they say like they're forced to like run and work out because there's no like their muscles like go like weak. There's all these negative side effects health wise.
right, and they're gonna be there for like almost a year.
Right. That doesn't
Like
make any
9 months or something.
I really just don't understand why they can't just come back. I don't get it. I don't know.
Because it costs like billions to throw a spaceship up there, doesn't it?
Okay, but their health is on the line and so there's like 6 other astronauts. It's like a 400 square foot the space center is like the size of a football field, but what they're in is only 400 square feet or something. I don't know. And the way they go to the bathroom, it's like a little hole. It's not even like a toilet. It's like a hole. So like, can you imagine trying to like go in that hole? It has suction, so it
Oh
won't
my
like.
god.
Can you imagine? Like, you know how you have to get comfortable and like you don't like. I don't know if you're nervous. Like, what if you have to sit there
Yeah.
forever and it's like, oh my god, what if it doesn't go in the hole?
I mean, when you travel though and you'd like get constipated,
hmm
I feel like that would happen and I
And
wouldn't for 9 months.
what if you have like a medical emergency?
Well, then at that point you're just done.
I wonder, do they have like a little hospital? Like, that's
Really,
crazy.
mom? They're stuck in 400 square feet.
To pee is easier because it's like a tube and then you put it there and it has a suction.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because everything's floating. When the girl's talking, her hair's up here.
Can you imagine constantly being like that? It'd drive me crazy.
I would never go, but I would lose my mind.
Yeah. I mean, at least there's 6 other people there for now.
Yeah.
I thought it was just the 2 people having to entertain each other.
No, seriously. At least, yeah, for sure. They can eat with other people and
Yeah,
socialize.
for the time being. I don't know when they're leaving, but yeah, for the time being.
Um, remember the Anna Delvey, that show, the con artist?
Yeah.
She's gonna be on Dancing with the Stars.
They make the dumbest people famous. I don't understand.
I was gonna say, like, this culture's so screwed. Like, this, she's literally a criminal, and we reward criminals, and it's
We
like,
really do.
and then you're like, I can't believe. Well, why not? Like, we reward them, so why not? How
Right.
can, yeah.
I remember it was before COVID hit, or it was like right when COVID hit, she was going to have a reality TV show. I'm like, why are we doing this?
It's really sad. Um, but people should stand up and like boycott these things. Like, they're like, stop it.
I mean, yeah, it's us watching it, so we're feeding
Yeah.
into it.
But what happened to her? Like, wasn't she in jail? Wasn't she getting deported? Like, what? I don't understand.
Yeah, why is she here?
I don't know. Why is she here? Yeah, why is she here?
I don't
No
know.
criminals got deported. Teresa from Real Housewives of New Jersey, she went to jail and her husband went to jail for fraud, and they deported him after he got out of jail.
They
He can't
did?
he can't come back here. He has to
Oh,
his kids have to see him, and they fly to the Bahamas or they fly to Italy. So
that's rough.
if I was him, I'd be pissed. Why isn't she deported?
Oh my god, to be banned from a whole country
Well, that's how it
like
works
the
when
United States. Oof.
you're not like a, what are you, like a citizen or or a permanent resident. Like, if you commit a crime, like a big crime, you get deported because it's like a privilege and you broke your whatever. So I don't know why she's
Yeah,
even
why is she still here?
here. Right.
I mean, I guess it's Hollywood. They can do whatever they want.
It's messed up. Um. Oh, I wanted to tell you. Did you see? You know how on TikTok there's book talk?
Hmm.
There's this girl, and I've seen this with music too. This is the second time I see it. This is with books, but I've seen it with music. There was a person that had like a quadrillion followers. Her account was banned for doing this, but she has a backup account that still has a lot of followers, so they can't get rid of her somehow. But she was reaching out to like little authors and saying, I'll read and review your book to get it noticed. And she charged like $400 or something. And she'd get the money, and she either wouldn't review it, or she hadn't read the book and the review sucked, or whatever. She blocks
Wait,
them.
I did hear about this.
And then she blocks them. Like, she gets the money. And I saw this happen
Yeah.
to a girl that was like an independent music person. And the guy said, send me whatever. It wasn't $400, it was less, but still, like, the minute he gets the money, he blocks them and doesn't do what he said he was going to do. And she did that whole thing and did the screenshots, and everyone's like, this sucks. Like, um, but like, they prey on like people that want to get noticed, and they charge a fee, and then they
Oh,
block them.
that's so mean.
I mean, what garbage people? Like, what is
No, I
happening?
saw this little old man talk about it with his one book that he has, and he did it, and he got scammed, and he's like on
Was
the
it this?
poorer side.
Was
But
it Callie
everyone went.
Reed?
I don't know.
Um,
But then everyone went to go buy his book. So in the end,
Aw.
it helped
Yeah,
him.
everyone supported
But
this girl with the music
yeah,
also, but still, like, it's so sad. Like, you can't trust it. People suck.
yeah. How are both of her accounts not banned?
Yeah. $400, like, that's not $25.
I mean, yeah, that's a lot to someone who's like a starving artist.
It's crazy.
That's sad. People
And they
are
know they're gonna
gross.
get caught eventually. Like,
Yeah,
why? Like,
I mean,
I don't know. But what can you do? There's so many scams out there. But that's such a
so
good
many
business
people.
model. I love that business model though. Like, you just kind of like charge people to like review a book, and like that's a good.
I know
Is it?
you read so many books. You should do it.
I know, but I
You have to have a following,
gotta
but
get a million followers.
yeah.
But I'll definitely review your book. Um, did you see real quick? Have you been following the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives?
No. Did their show come out?
Okay, it's coming out September 6th tomorrow.
Oh,
Okay, so I remember them talking about this, like different people online saying I've never seen any of their stuff, their content, but they're on TikTok and all that stuff, whatever. And when they blew up a while back, because they're just like this little group of friends that are Mormon, and they started like messing around having parties, and then those parties turned into like partner switching and having sex next to each other, and it spiraled because this one girl that was on Vile Files, I just listened to it this week. I forgot her name. Oh, Taylor Frankie Paul. She's one of the girls. She was on Files, and she's like the biggest culprit in this situation. Like she's the one that caused the biggest mess because she was married and she really liked this whole thing, and her husband wanted to pull back at some point, but she kind of like has this wild side and she kind of dove into it, but she like cheated on her husband, and then her friend's husband had feelings for her. Like it was a big cluster.
right. But they
And
were allowed to make out with each other when the other person was there.
but
But
she
they
started
took it
having
too far
affairs.
and they started having an affair. Yeah.
Yeah, well, she started having affairs, and one of her best friend's husband hit on her, and then her best friend, no one believed her because it wasn't in text or anything. He told her verbally, and so she looked like the horrible person there. So a lot of stuff happened. Like she had a fallout with like a lot of people and like all this stuff. But she's remarried now with a baby.
Remarried? I thought she was with the same guy.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
She's remarried, but he cheated on her. She found out because she was talking about it on Biofiles. She
Oh my
found
god.
out and she forgave him because he told the truth, and she's like, "This is my karma for everything I did to my husband." And she was crying on the Biofiles, like this really like affected her. This whole thing. She's like, I was such a horrible person. I can't believe I did that. He was such a good guy. Whatever. But long
Whoa.
story short, the show is coming out, and he did ask her, which I thought was interesting. He's like, if you went through so much and you're so like vulnerable and you're in counseling, like why do this show? Why are you continuing to put yourself in this spotlight? She's like, oh, I don't know, but it is interesting because like you're going through so much and you're going back to what put you there.
Yeah, some people love to feel like the victim, though, and like love the drama. People just like love the chaos in their life. So she
Or
could cry about it, but she's gonna keep doing it.
that, or it's just easy money. I feel like
Yeah.
what kind of job are you gonna get that like you're kind of selling your soul for money, which is totally understandable because this economy, like what else
This
are you gonna do?
economy.
Like what else are you gonna do? I don't know. Like it's
Well,
hard.
also, yeah, because she was a house mom, right? So it's not like she was gonna
I
get
don't
a
know.
job.
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure they were all house moms. Maybe not, but I thought they were, and that's
Yeah,
why they were making TikToks.
I didn't follow all that content, so I'm not sure. But
Right. And like, what didn't she also abuse or like get arrested for abusing her husband?
she got arrested. Yes, they were talking about that. But was it because she caught him cheating or something else? I didn't get that. I don't know. She did something. She lost her
Her
shit.
first or second husband?
Second.
That's the one she abused?
No, I don't know. Is that
Oh,
what she got caught for?
yeah.
For abusing?
Yeah, she got arrested for like abusing one of her husbands, like physically abusing.
So it must be the second one because he's the one that cheated on her. The first one didn't cheat on her.
But was it because of cheating?
I mean, what else are you going to go crazy?
I mean, she also could just be abusive. Who
No,
knows?
no, 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 no. She lost her shit like momentarily because of a situation.
Oh,
So it has, I mean, I'm sorry, I don't really know, but I think she was talking about it on the Bio Files, but I don't remember what they said about that. But I do think she says she gets along really well with her first husband, and they're really good co-parents, and they talk all the time. So I don't think it was.
that must
Oh,
suck.
she did also say that her first husband was shocked that came out of her because she never had that situation with him in their marriage. So it has to be the second husband.
Oh, okay.
She did say like he didn't think she had that in her because they never had those kind of fights or anything.
Right, she clearly has a lot in her. That's surprising.
Well, going through all this is stressful too in the public eye.
Right. I know fame really messes up people's lives. She probably could have lived happily with her husband, who she gets along with, and now she's like an abusive cheater.
Well, they got married so young, and like you said, maybe she didn't work, and so when these little parties started, like she felt like she came alive, and like
Yeah.
now and then everything like went to crap. She lost all her friends. She lost her husband. Like, yeah,
Yeah, and now she had lost all her Mormon friends, but now that the reality show is coming, they're all of a sudden friends again.
well, she said she signed up to do the show before everybody kind of like accepted her back. So she's like, I'm doing the show with or without like if they care like about me or not. And so I don't know how that, but she is, yeah. So I'm definitely gonna watch.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
It's on Hulu. Comes out tomorrow.
Oh, also, you know how we were like confused on what being a Mormon entails
Yeah,
because of like them? But apparently, like, so many people commented, like, this doesn't really show, like, the Mormon life, and they're not, like, true Mormons. I saw a bunch of people comment that.
I don't know. I know that the it's definitely a different. They're the ones that did well, not all of them obviously, but like probably the young ones did like the soaking and all that silly stuff.
Yeah.
And Nick asked her, "Is that a real thing?" She's like, "Yeah." She's like, "I don't know anyone, but yeah, it happens." Like,
So silly.
it's so silly. I mean, that's when you gotta wonder: do people use common sense? Like, do you really think God's looking down and being like, "Oh, you really got me there. Like, you got away
Right,
with
like, you're
it."
not moving. It's
Like,
okay.
come on. It's like so silly. Like people God has common sense. Like, you know, if you're going to have oral sex, like you're still engaging in intimacy. Like stop with it's not so literal. Like come
I
on.
know.
Like it is what it is. Oh, so I'm excited to watch that because I never followed the drama before, but I did hear about it. I never like knew anything about it though.
Right, and it is a lot of tea. So hopefully they
Yeah.
keep up the tea.
Yeah. Yeah. Um so an Amazon driver, I want to say she was an illegal immigrant. I think so. I'm not sure, but she was definitely an immigrant. I don't know if she was illegal. Um, this woman was walking down the street with her baby in the stroller, and the Amazon driver hit her and
On
drove
purpose?
away. I don't know, like
Oh,
reckless.
she drove away.
No, but like the lady's like in the hospital in a coma. I don't know. I think the baby's okay, but like, can you imagine? Like they have it on video, like a house cam has it on video. It's
She must have
really
been, like, flying through the street.
yes, and she hit her like bad. Like it wasn't like a. It was she hit. Like they went flying.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw that on video. I was like, whoa. And she didn't even stop. Like, how do you hit a baby stroller and not stop?
maybe she is illegal and doesn't want to get kicked out.
Okay, but think. I don't mean obviously you can't put yourself in that position, but I don't think I can hit a baby stroller and not call 911 and like not stop.
Right, but then you have to go back to
I mean,
whatever.
she's still gonna have to go back. She's on camera.
Right, but in the moment, she's probably like, I can't get caught.
Well, how does she work for Amazon? You know,
Maybe she's not illegal.
maybe she's not illegal.
Why did you even bring that
Because
up?
the new because the article, whatever video I saw, like the news reporting, I'm pretty sure they said
Oh,
she was illegal.
oh,
That's why I said I'm not sure, but I do remember hearing that.
right. That was like part of the story you read.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's really crazy. Like it's just this world is nuts. Did you see Wells Fargo? Speaking of nuts, the lady that worked at Wells Fargo, she went to work on a Friday. They found her dead at her desk on Monday. 4 days she's dead at her desk. And they're like, what the hell's happening? Wells Fargo. Like the cleaning people didn't see her. Like she died at her desk. You didn't see that?
No,
It's crazy.
she was like a heart attack or something.
Okay, so the woman scanned into work on a Friday and her body was found on a Tuesday. Like I don't know if she had a heart attack. They're investigating. I mean, maybe there's an update. This is like from a few days ago, but she was 60. Yeah.
Oh,
Like she was just and people smelled something. I think that's why they
ew.
yeah, that's so crazy.
Oh, because it was over a long weekend. I was like, what were people doing on Monday?
No, well, when was this? This was on Yeah, I don't. And this wasn't over a long weekend. This article's
This
from the
past
30th.
weekend?
The article's from the 30th. Oh yeah, you're right. No, the article's from the 30th, so it already had happened the weekend before. So it wasn't a long
So
weekend.
what were people doing on Monday?
Right. And she's on the third floor. Yeah.
People walking
And then
around on Monday wondering what smells.
and of course everyone online is like, this is why you don't let them make you go back to work and stay remote because they don't care about you and all this stuff. They don't even know you're there.
Honestly, true. They don't even know you're there.
Isn't that
That's
nuts?
crazy.
I know. Holy wow.
Like, not one person cared or noticed her on Monday.
I know. I don't have any Love Island updates. Do you?
No, just that Leah started a YouTube channel, I guess.
Oh, and they have a Dunkin' Donuts commercial that came out, right?
I guess. I don't
The,
know.
the three girls and then the three guys, I think, have a Dunkin' Donuts situation.
Yeah, I could see them getting their own, like, show eventually or something.
Well, also, Leah's out there with all these, like, the Kardashian friends.
Well, they all live in Calabasas.
That kind of made me sad. Isn't that weird? I'm like, ew, don't bring Miguel into that crowd. I don't
I
know.
know.
You know?
I know. I don't want him to change.
Yeah. I'm like,
And I
ew,
think the same
no.
way about, like, Cordell and Kenny.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want them to change.
But like it was Anastasia or whatever, Kylie's one of her best friends, and then that girl that Tristan kissed, Chloe's ex baby daddy.
Mhm.
What's her name? Joe. Forgot her
I
name.
don't know. Jordan or something.
Jordan, and like that group. I'm like, no.
Yeah, I remember seeing a bunch of people comment, like, how are the Kardashians involved in everything? Because apparently, Leah dated Kanye.
Well, she didn't answer the question, so everyone said, okay, she probably did, but like one date. Oh,
Mm.
she said she went on a date. So she went on a date. I don't think she said it was Kanye, but she kind of alluded to it. And then she went to his, like, he got her like a seat for a concert. And when she got there, he invited another girl too. And when she realized he invited both of them, she's like, you can have them. And like, she never went out with him again.
Oh,
So
good.
it wasn't like a dating, it was like a one date type of thing.
Yeah.
But that it makes me, because Love Island and these shows, I hope they don't turn into like, because like Cordell's Odell Beckham's brother, but he's still like a regular person type of thing. I don't
Yeah.
want them to like, I don't want these like celebrity influencer type of people in there. Like I like a regular person
Yeah.
finding regular love, and that's why it makes me sad, because I'm like, ill, no, I don't want that. I want like the other stuff.
Yeah, because it's not typical that, like, people from Love Island start
Yeah,
hanging out with these people.
right. Like
So,
let's
like,
keep
this is
it.
a weirder situation, and, like, I'm kind of nervous for Janae. I could see it going to her head.
Really.
You haven't noticed, like, she kind of has, like a that girl attitude sometimes when she was, like, at the reunion, or just, like, you don't think so?
I don't think it's as bad as that. Like I think it's a little bit, but I don't think it's that level.
No, I'm saying I don't want it to get to that
Yeah,
level.
I have
But
faith
I
in
can
her.
see it, like, maybe turning that way.
I have faith in her.
I have faith in Serena.
I have faith in Serena.
She
I don't
seems
think
really
Serena would
sweet.
even want to hang out with that Calabasas crowd. Like that's how much faith I have in Serena. She's probably like, these people are so fake,
Yeah, yeah, I know,
you
because she
know?
calls it out, so.
And she's more silly. Oh my god, did you see the video I sent you of her and Cordell? Dun 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 dun
No.
dun 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 dun. There's a little song and they're going and they're dancing. It's the funniest thing. Have you not looked at any of the TikTok clips I've seen?
You send a lot.
I haven't even sent you that much. It was probably 5. There, if you don't go look at that, it's so funny. He's trying to show her, and all he's doing is moving his pelvic bone, and she's doing it, and everyone's making fun of her because it's so funny. She can't get it. It's funny. Go watch it. And everyone's doing it too now.
I know, keep them pure.
That's what I'm saying. They're cute and playful. Like, and no shade to these Calabasas girls, but they're so like everything I don't like about life.
Yeah.
The whole,
Yeah.
I can't. The fake everything, the I'm so cool, look at me. I don't know.
Yeah, and like Leah does like there's something about her that like she can balance the whole like look at me and like wears designer and the whole thing, but she's still like silly and cute and nice. So I hope she like keeps it like that.
It's so funny because seeing her in that group changed how I looked at her first. I'm like, no, because I want her back on the other side. Don't go to the dark side. Stay on this.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
I know.
So
Hopefully not.
I
You know what
know.
I find really funny is that Leah's sister also has like a big following, even
Yeah.
though she was like never on the show.
I know. No, and she's so funny because she talks really slow. So I think she gets a lot of like main comments. She gets a lot of nice comments too. A lot of people love her. But she's
Yeah,
like, I'm back on here. And she's like, today we're going to talk about my mental health. She's like, just kidding. I knew you thought this would be serious, but I'm not going to be serious. It's so cute. Because like she is, I don't think she's slow, but she just talks slow and she's like, she's different.
yeah.
Her personality is very different. So I think
It's like
it's nice
interesting.
that she can make fun of herself and like
Yeah,
make a joke. But
yeah.
she was also in that little group with Leah. She went. So
Oh no.
she's obsessed with crumble cookies. Like she does a review every week.
Yeah.
And her dad joins sometimes.
Mm.
It's funny. Anyways, I think that's all we got. I'm going to reiterate last week's beauty tip. I'm obsessed with my U Rose Vanilla Skin spray. I'm obsessed with it. I take it with me all day and I freshen up midday. It's very satisfying. It smells like roses, like a sweet rose hair body situation. It has sea buckthorn oil and all the good stuff, and I love it. So that's my first beauty tip. And then my second one is the Essence Volume Booster Lash Primer. Okay. Do you use primer before you put mascara?
No, I've
It's
never
really,
tried it.
oh my God, you should try it. It really helps because I don't have a lot of lashes, but like it really makes it look like you have double the mascara on and volumizing, like as opposed to just
Interesting.
putting, it's like a primer. It's really good. This is from Essence, so it's very affordable and I love it. So that's my second
Oh,
beauty tip.
cool.
That's all we got for this week.
Bye.